So here it is. This is going to be the horizon line is going to be half the distance along the width of the page. The column that you see is just a base that's drawn over the top with just the front line drawn, and that's the one that we're going to divide using the triangulation section into 8 pieces, and then that'll be taken to the left and right vanishing point. So to divide this, again, I'm just going to use the method of doing the triangle. So here's 0 on this edge, 10 goes up at the top, and I'm just going to make 2 marks in order for that to be divided at 5. Here's one at 5, just a little dot. Just slide it down in order to make it evenly spaced. Like so. So there's that mark. Just put your pencil right along there, and that's the line. So just off to the one side, I'm just going to start this pretty quickly. So here's the beginning point. It's going to go to the vanishing point up here on the left, and I'll try to give this to you also in a video, so if you just watch this, it'll help you. So this is going to the left vanishing point, and this one going over to the right. And this base is going to be an arbitrary size, so I'm going to make it relatively large, just the bottom of it. And again, this is the floor plan, referring to the ground plane. It's the flat surface that it's on. So just the vertical line, I'm going to make it extend over the horizon line. And this is the vertical tower. Just make sure everything is square, going to the bottom of the page here. And the height of this is where it's going to matter. So this vertical line we're going to divide, and so this horizontal line from the base of this is going to give you a perpendicular line, so line this up horizontally. And we're not sure how far it's going to be because you want to have a number that is equally divided by 8 from here up, so I'm just going to use 8 inches, kind of works. So just going to line this up so that 8 is at the top. Rotate the ruler or whatever device. I'll show you a couple ways. There it is. So this is just a measuring line, so I'm still going to make a light line just to see it in order and put a mark at every inch. So this is the line. You're going to transfer this measurement horizontally across. So if you line these up, you're just using it for the points, so make sure it's horizontal on the paper and making a mark on this vertical line. So we kind of get some practice at this part. So if you put the pencil there, you can line up your straight edge and place that right there. It makes it a little easier. And sometimes this line's pretty close to the horizon line, so just keep that in mind. It might get confusing as you draw it through. It goes all the way to the top. And if it gets too far to the top, just put your straight edge beneath it and set it up. So now this is equally divided into 8 pieces. Okay, here's where it's going to end, so I'm going to just draw a vertical line from the 2 endpoints. And that's going to go up. I'm not sure how far yet. I can kind of estimate it's going to be at this angle. And do the same on this one. Okay. Now all these points are going to go to the left and right vanishing point to finish off the divided piece. So if I just put the pen, I'm just going to use the pen for this part, and there's where it ends. And I'm going to go kind of heavy to light, just kind of anticipating this. And I'm just going to give myself a vertical line just so I can see the end of it. So from this side, I'm just going to line these all up, go one stroke, and then come back and do it a little heavier at the beginning just to emphasize the thin and thick right away. You could lay it out in pencil if you feel confident to go straight to the pen. And it's just connecting these. Right to there. And the bottom one, since it's on the ground, I'm just going to make it a little heavier. That makes that wall. And I could even go and finish off this front line. You can see how it's divided. So I'm going to make a couple of passes, just slightly changing the direction of the pen so it makes it a little bit thicker. And then come back onto this side over here. So I'll just do the first one. Line it up with the horizon line to the right. I know where it's going to end. And so I'm just going to give myself the final edge here. It's just a one thickness. So the thickness of the line is trying to help you with the depth of space. So just kind of rotate this down here. Kind of see it. And that'll give you the entire part. Okay, so I'm lightly going to do the horizon line, and as it goes behind this shape, I'm going to let it fade away and just leave a little bit of a gap, since it's a line drawing, just to emphasize the depth there. So there you have it. It's divided into 8 spaces. To divide this into 3, I'm just going to take it from any direction corner as long as it crosses 3 of these columns. So I'll do it from this side just to show you. So here's the line as it intersects here and here. That's where this line is going to be. So right at that intersection, it's going to go straight up. And right here. Go straight up. So there it's divided into 3 columns, 8 rows, and do the same on this side. So I'll just cross these 3 columns and these 3 rows once it's crossing the diagonal. So just make a mark. And like I said, this is divided equally, but it's in the idea of perspective, so they're showing the slight distortion of the line. Okay. And there you have it. So now, a couple of these lines as they go through, I'm going to heavy up this one just a little bit, because it's just a little bit thicker than the back one, so it shows a little depth to it. Do the same on this side. And do the same with these lines. So I'm just going to angle these off just slightly, taper them a bit. Taper this one a bit. And taper this one. So it shows just a little bit of an angle. And then when you put your name, try to give yourself a pretty good line. I already have one line I can use and just make this nice and neat. So it looks distorted just because of the angle of the camera, but there it is, straight on there.